for more than 600 years.
One book has remained unread.
Historians couldn't read it.
Cryptographers couldn't decode it.
Even artificial intelligence has failed.
This is Decode Station.
Section 1. Discovery and Origins.
So, housed deep within the highly secure vaults at Yale University's Beinecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library, there's this single, unassuming object. It's a book bound in aging parchment, and it absolutely refuses to surrender its secrets. For centuries, its very existence was basically a ghost story. But then, in 1912, an antiquarian rare book dealer named Wilfred Voynich was sifting through a forgotten chest inside an Italian Jesuit college near Rome. What he pulled from the dust was an artifact that would eventually take his name. Now, modern science obviously stepped in to help establish a timeline. Researchers at the University of Arizona conducted rigorous radiocarbon dating on the manuscript's pages, and the results were definitive. They pinpointed the creation of the parchment exactly between the years 1404 and 1438. So it was scientifically proven to be over 6 centuries old. The crazy part is, we know exactly when the pages were made, and we know exactly when the book was found again. But those hundreds of years in between? Just a dark, silent void.
Section 2. The unknown language.
The real anomaly of this manuscript isn't just that it's written in some dead tongue. It actually uses an entirely unknown writing system, one that's literally never been documented anywhere else in human history. But here's the thing, it's not a chaotic mess of random scribbles. The text obeys the strict mathematical rules of a living language. When linguists analyze the characters, they find it adheres perfectly to something called Zipf's law. That's a statistical pattern of word frequencies that governs almost all natural human languages. On top of that, the mysterious words average the exact same length as words in English or Latin. The alphabet is remarkably consistent. The characters flow with this rhythmic, cursive structure, complete with distinct paragraphs. It looks exactly like something that can and definitely should be read, but there is a maddening catch. There is virtually no punctuation, no distinct pauses. So, despite centuries of intense, unbroken study by the most brilliant linguistic minds in the world, not a single sentence has ever been translated. It remains completely unreadable.
Section 3. The Bizarre Illustrations.
Now, when words offer absolutely no sanctuary, you naturally turn to the visual evidence for context, right? Well, in this manuscript, the imagery only drags the investigation deeper into an alien logic. Inside, you'll find hundreds of these highly detailed, honestly kind of unsettling ink drawings. We're talking massive, sprawling fold-out pages charting constellations and zodiac symbols in ways that just do not align with our known night sky. The botany sections are equally baffling. They depict these intricate plants, but they're like Frankenstein creations, roots from one species attached to leaves from another, producing colorful blooms that do not exist anywhere on Earth. But the absolute strangest part has to be the balneological section. Page after page shows nude women, often with strangely swollen bellies, bathing in this vast network of interconnected green pools. And these pools are linked by elaborate, organic-looking pipes that look a lot like human blood vessels. So rather than offering helpful context, the artwork just feels like a transmission from another reality entirely. Section 4. Cryptography and AI Failures.
So, if historical context and linguistics both fail, you basically have to treat the manuscript like a cold case investigation. It's a locked door just waiting for the right code breaker. And trust me, the greatest human experts have tried their hand at it. William Friedman, the legendary American cryptologist who famously cracked Japan's formidable Purple Code during World War II, he spent decades obsessing over this manuscript. He actually organized entire teams of military code breakers to attack it, and he ultimately surrendered. Fast forward a few decades, and the raw calculating power of modern artificial intelligence took up the mantle. Teams at Canadian universities fed the entire manuscript into advanced neural networks, using algorithms to hunt for hidden anagrams of Hebrew or other ancient tongues. These machines processed millions of linguistic permutations, searching for invisible patterns our human eyes could never detect. The result was a complete and total impasse. This manuscript hasn't just effortlessly defeated our greatest historical minds, it's defeated our most advanced 21st century technology too.
Section 5. Popular unproven theories.
Because definitive answers are so utterly elusive, the academic world is just left navigating a massive web of hypotheses. Right now, there are 5 primary theories trying to explain what this object actually is. First, it might just be a completely forgotten, undocumented natural language from a lost culture. Second, it could be a highly sophisticated cipher designed to mathematically hide its true meaning. Third, some believe it's an esoteric alchemical manuscript. Fourth, historians suggest it may be a medieval medical guide, specifically dealing with women's health, childbirth, and herbal remedies, deliberately obscured to protect controversial practices. And finally, you've got the hoax theory. Some suspect a brilliant 15th century scam artist created a totally meaningless book just to extract gold from wealthy, eccentric monarchs like the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II. People even suspected Wilfred Voynich forged it himself at one point, though modern carbon dating has rendered that highly unlikely. But the crucial reality here, absolutely none of these theories have ever been proven.
Let's zoom in on that alchemical hypothesis for a second, because it offers a really dark and fascinating lens to view this mystery through. Back in the early 15th century, alchemy, which was the pursuit of rudimentary chemistry heavily mixed with philosophy and mysticism, was a highly dangerous practice. The threat of being branded a heretic by the religious establishment was very real, and the punishment was usually death. So practitioners required absolute secrecy just to survive. If this is an alchemical manuscript, it functions as a locked safe of dangerous knowledge. Those bizarre green pools and impossible mashed-up plants we talked about, they might not be literal drawings at all. They could be heavily disguised chemical formulas or esoteric philosophical rituals, coded visually and linguistically so that only an initiated master could ever unlock their true power.
Section 6. An enduring mystery. Ultimately, we are left confronting the immense legacy of this remarkable artifact. I mean, think about it. It's this relatively small, fragile book that casts an endless shadow over human intelligence. There's a humbling, incredibly cinematic reality to its existence. A scribe, an artist, or maybe a monk, working by candlelight over 600 years ago, somehow managed to create a puzzle so profound that it actively outsmarts the supercomputers of the modern era. It's like a mirror reflecting the absolute limits of our knowledge, a physical object from the year 1404 that continues to inspire global research, passionate debate, and absolute, unwavering bafflement today. It stands as an open, mocking challenge to historians, linguists, codebreakers, and computer scientists worldwide.
What secrets might still be hidden inside its pages?
Stay curious, stay skeptical.